The anxiety creates a bottleneck.
Interesting. Marion also mentions a difference between men and women here with the inner voice.
Yeah, it's an observation from her clinical practice. She notes that women often seem to have a more intense, more pervasive inner voice, possibly because it's so strongly linked to emotion. Everything tends to connect back to a feeling, creating this constant, interwoven internal commentary.
Whereas men,
Men, generally speaking, tend to compartmentalize more effectively. They might experience periods of actual quiet from the inner voice, focusing on one thing without that constant emotional cross-referencing. Again, it's not a judgment, just a commonly observed difference.
but for everyone, that inner voice has huge effects, right? Beyond just thinking clearly.
Oh, absolutely. It influences your immune system, strengthening it or weakening it. It shapes how you face illness, how you recover, and it really reframes happiness, too. Happiness isn't about being constantly happy-go-lucky. It's about genuinely savoring the good times when they happen, and crucially, managing the bad when it inevitably arrives. Because everyone faces battles, everyone has struggles. The key difference is the self-talk, how you interpret and navigate those tough times.
And the really hopeful part is, we can change that self-talk. We can actually learn to be more optimistic.
Yes, that's the power of neuroplasticity. Our brain's amazing ability to change, to reorganize itself, to form new connections based on our experiences and intentions. We can literally reshape our brains.
But Monica Hall said,
Yeah,
we can be the sculptors of our own brain.
exactly. But remember his crucial qualifier. If they propose it, it takes conscious effort, attitude, willpower. It's not passive. It's an active process of sculpting.
Okay, so how do we do it? How do we practically sculpt for optimism?
First step, identify your discourse. Pay close attention to how you talk, internally and externally. Is it mostly negative, neutral, positive? How do you talk about others, your past decisions, your future? Just becoming aware of that inner hum is huge, making the unconscious conscious.
Right. Shine a light on it.
Then, second step, intentionally visualize good things. Don't be afraid to dream big, to build those castles in the air. But, and this is vital, you have to build foundations underneath them.
Dream big, act small.
Precisely Marion's advice. Want to be a doctor? Act small. Study today. Want better health? Act small. Exercise for 15 minutes. Eat one healthy meal. Want a partner or a job? Act small. Update your profile. Send an application. Optimism fuels the vision. Small actions build the reality.
But what about when things are genuinely terrible? When optimism just feels impossible, like during deep grief or severe illness or depression.
That's a crucial point, and it needs deep empathy. There are absolutely times when trying to force optimism is not only impossible, but feels invalidating.
So what then?
Then, Marion is very clear. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Seriously. Seeking support from a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, it's not weakness. It's profound strength. It's self-compassion in action.
They can help you find a new perspective.
They can give you tools, support, and help you regain a more adaptive way of looking at reality, which in turn improves your physical and psychological health. It's about recognizing when you need help to recalibrate that internal compass.
Okay, let's shift gears to part 3. Navigating the demands of life. This idea of conciliation and the mental battery. This feels like the modern struggle, doesn't it? Trying to balance everything.
Oh, completely balancing parenting, career growth, self-care. It's relentless. And we're bombarded with messages, especially on social media, showing these perfect, curated lives where people seem to have it all.
Yeah, which creates impossible expectations.
Totally. And the reality is, almost everyone feels like they're falling short somewhere, that feeling of not reaching everything. Marion's personal story about the pandemic really hits home here.
Remind us.
She was pregnant with her 4th child. Her oldest was only 5, the others 3 and 1. And she just collapsed. Physically and emotionally.
Trying to do everything. Patient care, public information, new baby, toddlers.
Everything. And she realized it was literally impossible. And from that breaking point came this incredibly liberating insight. The key to life isn't doing everything. It's learning to renounce without guilt. Learning to choose what's most important in this moment, this season of life.
Renounce without guilt. That's powerful because the guilt is huge, right?
Immense. So it means recognizing life has seasons. Some weeks, months, years, you have to prioritize work or family or health. You can't ace everything all at once. And crucially, it means learning to say no.
Saying no without feeling like you're letting someone down.
Exactly. Breaking free from that ingrained belief that you must always help, always say yes, always be perfect. It's hard, but vital for survival, really.
And this applies to parenting, too.
Directly. The core principle holds. To be well with your kids, you first have to be well with yourself. And your role changes as they grow. What a baby needs is different from what a teenager needs. You adapt, shifting from constant care to more guidance, shared experiences, meaningful talks.
Okay, tell us about this mental battery concept. It sounds really useful.
It's a brilliant analogy Marion uses for the prefrontal cortex, PFC, that front part of your brain behind your forehead.
The brain CEO.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It handles all the complex stuff. Connecting with others, solving problems, paying attention, managing impulses, controlling impatience, irritability. It keeps the emotional system in check.
But we think it can just run forever.
That's the myth. We treat it like an eternal battery that should work 24/7, but it's not. It drains throughout the day.
Drained by what?
Everyday stuff. Frustrating commutes, work stress, arguments, even just eating poorly and having your blood sugar spike and crash. All these things deplete that precious mental energy.
And when the battery gets low, say below 20%,
That's when your worst version shows up. Suddenly you're craving junk food for a quick energy hit. You get super irritable, snappy, impatient. Everything feels overwhelming. Your ability to connect, empathize, problem solve, it just plummets.
and our kids or partners often get that version at the end of the day.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
They get the depleted you. Marion's story about storytelling is perfect here.
Right, the three little pigs.
Yeah. She loves telling elaborate stories, has a great imagination, but one night, battery at 0.5%, totally drained, the only story her brain could access was The Three Little Pigs. No capacity left for creativity or complex thought. Just gone.
It's such a clear picture of mental exhaustion. So the takeaway for conciliation is prioritize recharging that battery.
Absolutely. You need to arrive home not so faint, as she says, and understand that different kids need connection in different ways, like her son, who only opened up late at night, quietly in his room. You have to find their channel.
So find those moments, shared activities, walks, just being present, and deal with the guilt, especially for moms.
Yes, acknowledge the guilt, the societal pressure that says you should do more, even when you're running on empty. And embrace realistic expectations. You cannot be a 10/10 in everything all the time. Parent, partner, professional, self-care, sleeper. It's impossible.
So the advice is to stop, reflect.
Yes, pause regularly. Analyze. Where am I putting my energy? Am I being consumed? Am I losing connection with the important people? The challenge and the freedom is choosing without guilt, renouncing without guilt, focusing on what matters most now, even if other things slide temporarily. That conscious choice is like a vaccine for your family's well-being.
Moving to part 4, reconnecting with the present, slowing down. This is huge. We're always told live in the present, but our minds are constantly elsewhere, right? Past regrets, future worries.
It's the universal struggle, and it's no wonder anxiety and depression are called the illnesses of the 21st century. They're so often tied to that mental time travel dwelling on the past or catastrophizing about the future. We're anywhere but here.
And neuroscientifically, we can't always control where our mind goes.
Not entirely. Our unconscious mind is processing things incredibly fast, often below our awareness. A simple smell, like Marion's patient smelling a perfume.
And instantly remembering her grandmother.
Exactly. Powerful unconscious memories triggered in an instant, pulling you out of the present.
And this all feeds into what the sources call our fast life culture.
Speeding up podcasts, wanting instant everything, constant acceleration, fueled by FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Which drives this need to be constantly connected, stimulated.
It becomes like an emotional drug dependency, this constant need to feel something, know something, do something. And the huge problem is we're consuming information at warp speed without reflecting on any of it.
Just input, input, input.
Right, like eating a gourmet meal in 3 minutes. You know you ate it, but did you savor it? Did you enjoy the nuances? An accelerated life can't be savored.